All right, if you're interested in making daily content, today we're going to be covering a daily content breakdown. I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to the Orange Office in Grants Pass, Oregon. Today we're talking about daily content, and yesterday it was our 100th episode. During that episode, I was backwards. Let me see, am I backwards today? I think I am. Hold on, let me see if I can switch that. Can I switch it during the broadcast? Look at that. Wow, I should have done that yesterday. I didn't notice until after I was done. Was completely backwards the entire episode. I had the number 100 showing up on the screen, and it showed up backwards as 001, which is interesting because the very first episode I did way back in when were we in April, I think, but way back in April, the first episode I had was also backwards, and everything that I showed, including the dreambizchat.com cue card, including that, it all showed up backwards. And of course I did it again on the 100th episode, so that was just a special little piece of entertainment just for you. So today we're going to break down daily content. If you were thinking of putting out any form of daily content, like some of the people that I've been talking to recently, I'm going to break down kind of the things that I'd encourage you to watch for. Okay, and these are 3 items, and maybe I'll go into more depth as we go along, but these are 3 items that are specifically from a guy named Frank Kern. Frank Kern, he's currently working with Grant Cardone, and they have their own advertising agency called Cardone Kern. You can find them at cardonekern.com. I'm not here to advertise for them. I don't get any payment from them or anything else. But I've learned a lot from Frank Kern over the years, and he's been a huge encouragement to myself to actually put on daily content like I do here at Brian J. Pombo Live. So the 3 things that he says that you're going to want to look for, that Frank Kern talks about putting forth if you're putting out any type of regular content, and I suggest daily, are these 3 things. Number 1, establishing value. Number 2, demonstrating goodwill. And number 3, making offers. You'll notice that every video that I do, I attempt, in most cases, to do each of those 3 things. So let me go through them. I'm going to give you my own definition. I don't know if they're Frank Kern's definition or not. I'll tell you how I define these and how I tie them back into these videos that you're watching right now. Number 1, establishing value. Establishing value is in its most basic format, establishing the fact that you're going to be presenting value right here, right now, and that you present value or have something of value for people on a regular basis, either through your business or anything that any point that you're trying to get across. Having something valuable. So I start every episode with a kind of a headline, if you will. This is what we're going to be talking about, or this is a little curiosity piece that may give you an idea of what we're going to be talking about, and it just kind of starts the ball rolling and shows you where we're going. And I try to put it in perspective of the person viewing or listening. So I'll call it how to do this, or the top such and such for this. I want to grab attention and talk about it from their perspective as much as possible, as the viewer's perspective, your perspective as much as possible. That's how I go about establishing value. Number 2, demonstrating goodwill. Now, in demonstrating goodwill, it's actually in the process of providing value. And there's a whole lot of issues that go along with this, especially if you're in a form of information or education business, because you're like, how much do I give away? How much is too much? Everything else. Tomorrow's episode, we're going to be talking about how much information is too much information to give. I've talked about it a little bit in past episodes, but we're going to go into depth on that specific point because there are so many people out there that get wrapped up with fearing how much information they're going to put out there. And we're going to really dig into that tomorrow. But demonstrating goodwill is having a good attitude, demonstrating that you're out there actually trying to help people, and that you're providing something of value in the moment. So I think these 2 are tied together quite a bit. And if you can do these 2, then making an offer should be relatively simple for you. Every time I'm here, I make some form of an offer. 9 times out of 10, most of the time, the offer that I have been making up until this point, and this is going to change in the future, but right now, the offer I've been making is for dreambizchat.com. If this is the first video you've seen, this is the first time you've seen me talk about this, and if this is a video, if you've seen any of these videos before or heard any of these podcasts before, you've heard me discuss dreambizchat.com. And this is the offer that I make to a very specific crowd. And it's a very small, tiny amount of the people who are watching or listening or reading the transcript of this afterwards. Okay, this is for business owners and executives of companies that are in the self-reliance field, meaning they have product, service, or an overall storyline that encourages people to become more self-reliant, to work more for themselves, to do what they need to do to become as independent as possible. Those are the people I'm going after, and what I'm talking about is helping them go from where they're at in their already successful business to an absolute dream business. That's where I'm looking to take them. And if they go to dreambizchat.com, and if you're one of those people, you go to dreambizchat.com and go and watch the video there, and it takes you through the process and to see if you can have the chance to have a free discussion with me in the future on the phone or on online video. So that's it. That's the offer. That's one of the simplest offers that I make. I'm not selling anything, but you could sell something in an offer. It's a very simple offer in my case. You could have it be more complicated. You could have it be something free. You could have it be something that people pay for. You could have it be something a little bit different every time. Repetition helps in a sense because more than likely most people are not going to be catching all your videos, catching all your audio, or catching all your blogs. And those are the three areas that I would recommend doing if you're doing any form of daily content. Either some type of video, some type of audio podcast, something of that sort, or some type of writing, some type of text. Blogging is a common one that people talk about. But any of those three, if you're doing those on a daily basis or a regular basis, make an offer. Have an offer involved somewhere in there. It does a whole lot of things. For one thing, it gives people something to do. If they feel like they know, like, and trust you, or they want to learn more about you, it gives them a direction to go. And so, for example, if you go to dreambizchat.com, you could type this in, or you could go to the description of wherever you're watching and listening to this, and you can find the link. You can either copy and paste it over if it's not a live link, but in most cases it's going to be a live link. You just click on it and go straight over there. Having that option for people makes a big difference. So these are the three ways, the three things that you want to have in some form in all of your content that you put out there. There's a couple other little things that I've learned along the way, and I'm learning new things all the time of things to add and so forth. One of the things, I'll give you an idea of one of the things. One of the things that I have added is a tagline on the end, and kind of a similar flow in the very beginning, like I mentioned, having a headline, having kind of a little introduction piece. And at the very end, I have a little tagline that I'm going to do right now, and that's going to be the end of today's show. But tomorrow, like I mentioned, tomorrow we're going to be discussing information and how much is too much to give for free. When you're doing any form of content marketing and you're providing free content out there, when is too much too much? When are you giving away the farm when you're wanting people to give you money to be able to get that same information? We'll be talking about that tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.